Picture this scenario because it is a ritual that separates the people who build wealth from the people who just survive paycheck to paycheck, likely without them realizing that the difference comes down to what they do in the 48 hours after money hits their account. It's Friday morning. You wake up and check your phone. Your paycheck just hit. $3,200 after taxes. You feel that little dopamine rush. You feel rich for about 30 seconds. You think about what you need to buy, what bills are due, maybe what you want to treat yourself to because you worked hard this month and you deserve it. Then you go about your day. You buy coffee, you order lunch, you stop at Target for just a few things and walk out spending $140. The weekend happens. You go out to dinner, you buy drinks, you order food delivery on Sunday because you're too tired to cook. Monday comes. Tuesday. Wednesday, you check your account again. You have $970 left. You have no idea where $2,230 went. It just evaporated. You tell yourself, next paycheck will be different. Next time, I'll be more careful. But next time is exactly the same because you don't have a system. You don't have a routine. You're running your financial life on feelings and impulses instead of structure and discipline. Now, picture a different scenario. Same paycheck, same $3,200 hits your account on Friday morning. But this time, within 1 hour of that deposit, you execute a specific sequence of actions. Money moves automatically, accounts get funded, bills get paid, investments happen, and by Friday afternoon, before you've even had a chance to spend emotionally, your financial obligations are handled, your future is funded, and you know exactly how much you have left to spend, guilt-free. 2 weeks later, you're not stressed, you're not scrambling, you're not wondering where the money went because you told it where to go before your brain had a chance to sabotage you. This is the difference between people who build wealth and people who don't. It's not about how much you make, it's about what you do in the first 48 hours after you get paid. Those 48 hours determine your entire financial trajectory. Mess up those 48 hours and you'll stay broke no matter how much you earn. Master those 48 hours and you'll build wealth even on a modest income. My name is John, and I spend way too much time thinking about the behavioral psychology of money, the systems that actually build wealth versus the advice that sounds good but doesn't work, and the exact tactical routines that separate the top 10% from everyone else. If you are someone who makes decent money but somehow never has any left over, or if you're tired of feeling stressed every time you check your bank account, or if you've ever wondered how some people seem to effortlessly save and invest while you are constantly struggling, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Because today, we're not talking about budgeting apps or generic financial advice. We're talking about the exact step-by-step routine you need to execute every single time you get paid, updated for 2026 with the current economic reality, the current interest rates, the current investment landscape, and the current behavioral psychology research on what actually works. Here's the fundamental problem with how most people handle their paycheck. They treat it as one lump sum of available money. The paycheck hits, they see $3,200 in their checking account, and their brain interprets that as $3,200 I can spend. But that's not true. That $3,200 has jobs to do. Some of it needs to cover rent, some needs to cover utilities, some needs to go toward debt, some needs to go toward savings, some needs to go toward investments, and only what's left over is actually available for discretionary spending. But because it's all sitting in one account, looking like one number, your brain doesn't differentiate. You spend $80 on dinner, and your brain doesn't register that you just spent money that was supposed to go toward your electric bill. You just see the balance go from $3,200 to $3,120 and think, I still have plenty. Then 2 weeks later, you're shocked that you can't pay all your bills. You're not bad with money. You just don't have a system that separates money by purpose before you have a chance to spend it incorrectly. This is where the paycheck routine comes in. The paycheck routine is a systematic process that happens every single time money enters your account. It's automatic. It's non-negotiable. It happens before you spend a single dollar on anything discretionary, and it ensures that every dollar has a job, every obligation is funded, and every financial goal is progressing before your emotional brain gets access to the money. Let me walk you through the exact routine, step by step, that you should execute within 48 hours, ideally within 24 hours of getting paid. This is the 2026 version, updated for the current economic environment. Step 1. Immediately transfer money to your high-yield savings account. The moment your paycheck hits, before you do anything else, before you pay any bills, before you buy anything, you move money to savings. Not at the end of the month, not when you see what's left over. First, immediately, automatically. In 2026, high-yield savings accounts are paying between 4% and 5% interest, which is the highest we've seen in over 15 years. If you're keeping your emergency fund or short-term savings in a regular bank account paying 0.01% interest, you're leaving thousands of dollars on the table. Move to a high-yield savings account immediately. I'm talking about accounts from Ally, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, American Express, Capital One 360, or any of the online banks that consistently offer competitive rates. Here's how much you should transfer every paycheck. Minimum 20% of your gross income, not net, gross. If your gross paycheck is $4,000 and your take-home is $3,200, you're moving $800 to savings, which is 25% of your take-home. This feels painful at first. It feels like you can't afford it. But here's the truth. You can't afford not to do it. This is paying yourself first. This is the foundation of wealth building. If 20% feels absolutely impossible right now, start with 10%, but you need to increase it by 2% every 3 months until you hit 20%. Set a calendar reminder right now. 3 months from today, increase your savings transfer by 2%. The gradual increase makes it psychologically manageable, but the commitment to increase keeps you progressing toward the goal. This savings serves multiple purposes. It's your emergency fund until you hit 6 months of expenses saved, which for most people is somewhere between $15,000 and $30,000. Once you hit that emergency fund target, this savings account becomes your opportunity fund. It's the money you use to capitalize on opportunities, whether that's investing in yourself, starting a side business, taking advantage of a market dip, or covering a major life transition. This account is freedom. This account is options. This account is the difference between being financially fragile and financially resilient. Step 2. Pay your future self. Automate retirement contributions. If your employer offers a 401k match, you should already be contributing at least enough to get the full match. That's free money. If you're not getting the full match, you're literally turning down a portion of your compensation. That's insane. Fix that today. But here's what most people get wrong. They think the 401k contribution is their only retirement savings. It's not enough. The average person needs to be saving 15 to 20% of their gross income for retirement if they want to actually retire with dignity. If you're only contributing 6% to your 401k to get a 3% match, you're at 9% total. You're going to be working until you're 75. So here's what you do. In addition to your 401k, you open a Roth IRA if you're eligible, which in 2026 means you're making less than $161,000 as a single filer or $240,000 as a married couple. The Roth IRA contribution limit in 2026 is $7,000 per year, which is $583 per month or roughly $292 per paycheck if you're paid bi-weekly. Every single paycheck, $292 goes from your checking account to your Roth IRA automatically. You set this up as an automatic transfer. You don't think about it, you don't debate it, it just happens. This money grows tax-free forever. You'll never pay taxes on the gains. When you pull this money out in retirement, it's yours, free and clear. This is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools available to regular people. If you're already maxing out your Roth IRA and your 401k, congratulations, you're in the top 5% of savers. Your next step is a taxable brokerage account where you continue investing in low-cost index funds. The routine is the same. Every paycheck, money automatically transfers and invests. This is non-negotiable. Step 3. Eliminate high-interest debt like it's a financial emergency, because it is. If you have credit card debt, personal loans, or any other debt charging you more than 8% interest, this is a financial crisis and you need to treat it like one. Before you spend money on entertainment, before you spend money on clothes, before you spend money on anything that isn't essential survival, you attack this debt with extreme aggression. Here's the routine. Every paycheck, after you've funded your minimal emergency savings, I'm talking $1,000 to $2,000 to keep you from going further into debt when emergencies happen, you take every available dollar and throw it at your highest interest debt. This is the avalanche method. You pay minimums on everything else and you destroy the highest interest debt first. Why? Because debt is the opposite of compound interest. It's compound interest working against you. If you have $5,000 in credit card debt at 24% interest and you're only paying the minimum, you will pay over $12,000 total, and it will take you 20 plus years to pay off. That's $7,000 in interest. That's $7,000 you're giving to a bank for no reason other than you didn't have a system to eliminate it quickly. But if you attack that same $5,000 debt with an extra $500 per paycheck, you'll have it paid off in less than 6 months, and you'll pay less than $600 in interest. Same debt, different outcome, purely based on how aggressively you attack it. Every paycheck, you run this calculation. How much do I have available after essential expenses and minimal savings? That amount goes to debt. All of it. You're not going out to expensive dinners. You're not buying new clothes. You're not taking vacations. You're in debt elimination mode. And debt elimination mode is a temporary sprint, not a permanent lifestyle. 6 months of intensity now saves you years of payments later. Step 4. Fund your monthly expenses in a separate account. This is the step that most people skip, and it's the reason they're constantly stressed about money. You need a separate checking account that exists solely to pay your monthly bills: rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance, car payment, subscriptions. All of it comes out of this account and only this account. Here's how it works. You add up all of your fixed monthly expenses. Let's say that number is $2,400. If you get paid twice a month, every paycheck you transfer $1,200 to your bills account. If you get paid every 2 weeks, 26 paychecks per year instead of 24, you transfer $1,108 per paycheck. The money sits in that account and you do not touch it for anything other than bills. This creates psychological separation. When you look at your main checking account, you're not seeing money that's supposed to pay rent mixed with money you can spend on groceries. You're seeing money that's actually available. This eliminates the mental math, eliminates the anxiety, and eliminates the oh shit moment when a bill comes due and you realize you already spent that money. You set up automatic payments from this bills account for everything possible. Your rent or mortgage auto-pays on the 1st. Your car insurance auto-pays on the 15th. Your utilities auto-pay when they're due. You're not manually paying bills every month like some kind of Neanderthal. You set it up once and it runs on autopilot forever. Step 5. Allocate your guilt-free spending money. After you've paid yourself first, funded retirement, attacked debt, and funded your bills account, whatever's left is your guilt-free spending money. This is for groceries, gas, eating out, entertainment, shopping, whatever. And here's the key. You can spend this money without guilt, without anxiety, without tracking every latte, because you already handled your obligations and your future. Most people try to budget every single expense category: $200 for groceries, $100 for gas, $80 for eating out, $50 for entertainment. And then they fail because life doesn't work in perfect categories, and tracking every transaction is exhausting and unsustainable. Here's the better system. You have one number. Let's say after all the above steps, you have $1,200 left per paycheck for everything else. That's your number. You spend from your main checking account, and as long as you don't go below zero before your next paycheck, you're fine. You don't need subcategories, you don't need a complicated budgeting app, you just need to not spend more than you have. If you want to buy a $600 couch and you have $1,200 available, you can do it. You just know that you now have $600 left for the next 2 weeks for everything else. You're a grown adult. You can make that decision. The system isn't about restricting every purchase. It's about making sure the important things are handled first so that what you spend on discretionary items is actually discretionary. Step 6. The 24-hour review. This is the step that prevents lifestyle creep and keeps you honest. 24 hours after you execute your paycheck routine, you review what happened. You open your banking app and you look at where your money went. Did the transfers happen? Did the automation work? Are you on track? This takes 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes keep you connected to your money. Most people avoid looking at their accounts because they're afraid of what they'll see. But if you have a system, looking at your accounts becomes empowering instead of terrifying. You see your savings growing. You see your debt shrinking. You see your bills account funded. You're in control. If something went wrong, if an automatic transfer didn't happen, or if you overspent in the first 24 hours and you're already below where you should be, you catch it immediately and you course correct. You don't wait until the end of the month when the damage is done. You fix it now. The psychology behind why this works. This routine works because it removes willpower from the equation. Willpower is a finite resource. If you're relying on willpower to save money, to invest, to pay bills on time, you will fail. Not because you're weak, but because willpower depletes throughout the day. By Friday evening after a long work week, you have zero willpower left. That's when you make bad decisions. That's when you order $60 of Thai food and buy stuff on Amazon you don't need. But the benefit isn't just financial. Planning reduces stress. You know what's coming. You're not caught off guard. You're not making decisions when you're hungry or tired or stressed. You made the decisions on Sunday when you were calm and rational. The rest of the week, you just execute the plan. This habit creates both wealth and peace of mind. Start this Sunday. Spend 10 minutes planning meals and expenses for the week. Do it every Sunday. Within a month, you'll notice your weekly spending drop significantly and your stress level decrease proportionally. Tiny habit number 7. Learn and implement one new financial optimization every month. This habit ensures you're continuously improving your financial systems. Every month, pick one area of your finances and optimize it. Month 1, set up automatic transfers to savings so you're paying yourself first. Month 2, increase your 401k contribution by 1%. Month 3, set up automatic bill pay so you never miss a payment. Month 4, open a high-yield savings account and move your emergency fund there for better interest. Month 5, consolidate your credit card debt to a lower interest rate. Month 6, adjust your W-4 to optimize your tax withholding. Each optimization takes maybe an hour to research and implement, but once it's done, it runs on autopilot forever. After 12 months, you've made 12 optimizations. Your financial life is now 12 times more efficient than it was a year ago. You're saving more automatically, you're earning more interest, you're paying less in fees and interest, you're avoiding late payment penalties. Every system is optimized, and it costs you 1 hour per month. Here's the implementation strategy. On the first of every month, after you update your net worth, spend 1 hour researching one financial optimization. Google how to optimize X, where X is the area you're focusing on. Read 3 articles, pick the best strategy, implement it immediately, mark it done, move on to a new optimization next month. Within a year, your finances will be running like a well-oiled machine. What about irregular income? If you're self-employed, freelance, or have irregular income, this routine still works, but you modify it slightly. Instead of transferring percentages every paycheck, you transfer percentages every time money comes in, regardless of the amount or timing. Client pays you $3,000, immediately 20% goes to savings, $600. Your Roth IRA contribution gets funded, $583 if you haven't hit the monthly limit, and the rest gets allocated to bills and spending. The routine is the same, the triggers are just different. The key with irregular income is that you become even more disciplined about the routine because you don't have the predictability of a regular paycheck. Every dollar that comes in gets a job immediately because you don't know when the next dollar is coming. The brutal truth most people won't accept. The reason most people stay broke isn't because they don't make enough money. It's because they don't have a system that executes before their emotional brain gets access to the money. You can make $150,000 a year and be broke if you don't have a paycheck routine. You can make $45,000 a year and build wealth if you do. I know people making $250,000 a year who are living paycheck to paycheck, who have no savings, who are stressed about money constantly. And I know people making $50,000 a year who have $40,000 in savings, maxed out retirement accounts, and zero financial stress. The difference isn't income, it's the system. Your current financial situation is not a reflection of how much you make. It's a reflection of what you do with what you make in the first 48 hours after you get it. Change what happens in those 48 hours, and you change your entire financial trajectory. The compounding effect of the routine. Here's what happens when you execute this routine consistently for just 1 year. Let's say you make $60,000 a year. Take home roughly $3,800 per month after taxes. You save 20% of gross, $1,000 per month, equals $12,000 in savings after 1 year. You max your Roth IRA, $583 per month, equals $7,000 invested, growing tax-free. You get your 401k match, let's say 6%, equals $300 per month, equals $3,600, plus $1,800 match, equals $5,400 total. You aggressively paid down debt. Let's say you killed $8,000 in credit card debt. After 1 year of executing this routine, you have $12,000 in liquid savings, $7,000 in a Roth IRA, $5,400 in your 401k, and you eliminated $8,000 in debt. Your net worth improved by $32,400 in 1 year on a $60,000 salary. That's a 54% net worth increase in 12 months. Now run that forward 5 years. 10 years, the numbers become life-changing. And it all started with a simple routine you execute every time you get paid. Your action plan. Don't just watch this video and do nothing. That's what 95% of people do. They consume content, feel motivated for 20 minutes, and then change nothing. Don't be that person. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take out your phone right now, and you're going to set up one thing, just one. Open the high-yield savings account, or set up the automatic transfer to savings, or open the Roth IRA. Just do one thing today. Then tomorrow, do the next thing. Within 1 week, you can have this entire system built and running. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now, with your next paycheck. Execute the routine. Trust the system. Watch your financial life transform. If this video gave you a clear system you can actually implement, if you finally understand what you're supposed to do every time you get paid, share it with someone who's stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. We need to change the way people think about managing their money in this country. Thanks for watching The Penny Plan, and I'll see you in the next one.